bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill.
My goodness. Have I just been talking without the mic on? My lord. Alright, that's bonkers. Let's restart here. Oh, that's upsetting. I'm very upset. Very upset right now. Welcome back to the Crypto Market Updates channel. Unfiltered, unrehearsed. We're back on track here. I was talking earlier about CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko having a discrepancy in their price charts. CoinMarketCap shows everything in green. CoinGecko shows everything in red on the 1 hour and a 2 hour chart. Bitcoin bouncing between these, between 31 and 29,000. And of course, if Bitcoin breaks down below 29, then we could see $25,000 Bitcoin. Breaks above 31, then the talk of the town is 45,000. Although I would imagine that there would be a pit stop at 40,000, and then another one further up. So yeah, so that's that for this Glassnode. Where is the Glassnode? Right here, Glassnode. With the market consolidation below 30k midpoint, we can see around 75% of the total supply in profit, 25 in loss. The same balance reached as price reached the midpoints in both 2016 and 2017. It's they're looking at a 75-25 ratio, reaching equilibrium point for Bitcoin. And so I was saying that the song of the bull market is in the air. Everyone's celebrating and rejuvenating and dancing around and stuff. Algorand is shutting down. That was my next topic. SEC, despite the fact that Gary Gensler is being reprimanded by in Congress, by the Congress, the damage's been done. You know, he called these projects securities, and so everything is going belly up, and that's most likely the reason why AlgoFi is going bust. With the rally in 2023, the value of locked assets on AlgoFi, which left rival DeFi platforms behind, had increased to 200 million in February. However, with a sharp decline, it fell to the level of $59 million. This decline was also supported by the fact that Algo was a security in the lawsuits filed by SEC. AlgoFi, largest decentralized finance protocol of altcoin, Algorand, which the SEC describes as a security in lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase, announced that it will cease operations. AlgoFi said in a statement that withdrawal-only mode will be on and that they will close all social media accounts except for Discord. You will be able to withdraw your money until September, I believe. That's, I think, the announcement that AlgoFi made. But after that, it's game over for AlgoFi. What were the assets? Oh yeah, okay. So the Algo protocol accounts for 54% of Algorand's total value locked, according to DeFi Llama. After the release of its recent blog post, the DeFi protocol has seen TVL drop by 12% to 32 million, and right now it stands at 12 million. All right, I think we're caught up here. What's happening in crypto news here? This is pretty scary. So yesterday I talked about mentioned CBDCs. CBDCs are on the rise, and they're coming to a town near you, or to a bank near you, it seems. Crypto's inherent structural flaws make it unsuitable for monetary system, blah blah blah. Apparently, BIS, which somebody coined it BS, which kind of makes more sense. Crypto's inherent structural flaws make it unsuitable to play a structural role in the monetary system, the Bank of International Settlements said in a report sent to the G20. It stated that crypto has so far failed to harness innovation to the benefit of society. It remains largely self-referential. It does not finance real economic activity, and it suffers from inherent shortcomings related to stability and efficiency, as well as accountability and integrity. It just shows you how afraid these banks are of crypto and Bitcoin, and how full of BS these guys are. Has failed to harness innovation to the benefit of society and remains largely, it does not finance real economic activity. That's interesting. Let's have a look what's happening here. War bonds, NFTs, and crypto, how Ukraine is funding its war. Why the role of crypto is huge in the Ukraine war. I believe that's a form of economic development. I mean, there are billions being made by companies selling shells and weapons to countries that are at war. War is a huge business. How is Ukraine using crypto to fund the war? They're paying for their war efforts, or their war efforts in Ukraine are being paid for by cryptocurrencies. If you go over here to this website, Come Back Alive, I don't know who set this website up, but you can make donations in the form of, payment by card, SWIFT transfers of cryptocurrencies. And here are addresses to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, and Solana accounts. You can make donations in these 4 cryptocurrencies to the war in Ukraine. So I don't know if we should be, people should be upset at the Bank of International Settlements for dismissing, for saying that there is no real economic activity, that cryptocurrencies do not finance any real economic activity, or that they're being dismissive of what's happening in Ukraine. Bank of International Settlements reports 15 retail CBDCs will be launched by 2030. Why do you think they continue to to blemish cryptocurrencies or to put cryptocurrencies in a bad light? This is why. They're looking at 15 CBDCs that will be launched, which is horrible. And I'll play a little clip in a little bit to show you, to show you why that's horrible. The Bank of International Settlements, BIS, has said that there will be up to 15 retail central bank digital currencies and 8 wholesale CBDCs before the end of the decade. The Switzerland-based group owned by 63 central banks conducted a new survey on the growth of CBDCs and their role in the digital asset market. So that means, it's only 15 CBDCs, central bank CBDCs, and 8 retail or wholesale CBDCs, which gives a total of 23 CBDCs that will be distributed amongst at least 63 banks. Which is massive. That'll cover a nice chunk of the globe, let me tell you that much. According to the findings, 93% of central banks globally have launched research into CBDCs, with more than 50% taking it a step further with concrete plans or working on a pilot. So the reason why banks are working on these CBDCs instead of adopting Bitcoin is because it's a lot cheaper for them. Most likely, they probably have inside devs working on developing these things rather than having to drop thousands of dollars into creating reserves in the currently existing cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. They rather create their own, which will most likely cost them a lot less. Also will give them a lot more control. Here's a video. This is a podcast of the Lotus Eaters, and they're talking about prices, house prices, and stuff like that. But also there's a little clip that's played. Let's see. So, is this here? Right. Okay. So this guy, I guess they were talking about Schwartz or whatever, the mastermind behind the global economic forum, and what else he's got. But he's a character, that Schwab dude, and apparently this guy is even higher above him on the ladder of doomsday global control. Anyway, let me just play a clip, and he talks about CBDCs.
Control and all resources.
Let's see what he has to say.
Sort of, tech guy and investor in the US. He recently sort of came to a lot of people's attention because he basically burnt $1 million promoting Bitcoin. What he did is he said, I think Bitcoin's going to reach a certain price, and it was I think he said Bitcoin will reach $1 million in a month or something, which was a bit unachievable, and I think he knew that. But basically, what he was doing is he was getting people talking about it. And here he is highlighting, and I'll just replicate what he says here. When the heads of the Bank for International Settlement says central banks will have absolute control over use of money, that's not democracy. That's when Keynesianism finally drops the mask and becomes flat out communism.
So what I said yesterday, this is not the clip, this dude's going to say it, but basically I said it in a podcast yesterday, or in the podcast in live yesterday. CBDCs in the hands of banks means that there's total control of the money supply. If that were to pass, if CBDCs were to take over the US dollar and any other currency in any other nation, if CBDCs will be the main form of transacting, then we're looking at banks controlling the entire money supply. And I mean, they control it already, but people are still able to have cash, at which point, the banks do not have control over that. But if you do deposit your cash into a bank account, at any point in time, the bank can just not give you your money. And that's happened. If you do have a large sum at a bank, you can't just waltz into a bank and take out $1 million willy-nilly, because banks don't have those kinds of supplies in their vaults. They don't carry millions of dollars, not usually. This is stuff you see in the movies, but not in reality.
Total centralization of control and all resources by unelected bureaucrats. So just bear in mind what I said a moment ago about the Soviet economy was essentially an extracted one, where all of the money, all of the value was sucked up to the top, and total control was placed over the serfs. This guy, he's basically the final boss of the globalists. I know a lot of people talk, and I know a lot of people talk about Klaus Schwab, but this guy is higher up on the chain of him. I don't think that he is the final boss. I think the real people pulling the strings, you don't get to see them. They are a small selection of actors that are tricky to go into. But let's listen to what this guy has to say, and you hear how chilling this is. Oh no! Can we play the video, John? So before we go into that, can we play the video from the tweet?
Yeah, please do.
For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that.
So basically saying that with the CBDCs in place, banks will have absolute control over the money supply, even more so than they already do. Like basically, like the rating system in China, where they scan people and decide whether these people are allowed to travel outside the city or not, if you get credit or not. If you have digital money, if you carry cash that's in your pocket, it's cash in your pocket. If you have digital assets or digital currency that's controlled by another entity, and you carry it on some type of digital wallet in your pocket, well, that that credit card or whatever card that carries that CBDC can be turned off at any point in time by the institution that holds it. So yeah, CBDCs, man, they're not what they seem to be. And XRP ledger working on these, and the fact that CBDCs will be run on XRP ledger is I'm not sure why people are still supporting XRP, to be honest. I just don't get it. What else is happening here in the crypto space? Digitech CEO ordered to pay more than 15 million over CFTC charges. So apparently the owner of DGTX has been charged with stock manipulation or price manipulation. Rather, a federal judge ordered a ban on Todd and 4 of his companies, according to the statement Wednesday. Last year, after finding it attempted to manipulate the price of its native token, DGTX. If you don't know what DGTX is, it's a gaming platform. Be a player, be the house, Digitex. Easy, fun, and fun betting games with no house, edge, or probably fair results. Okay. Play to win on Digitex. So anyway, it's looks like a betting casino type token. But I guess they were trying to muck about. Anytime it comes to betting in casinos, man, you find like dodgy characters trying to do dodgy stuff. It's always the case. It's so bizarre, man. Hedge funds are showing robust confidence in crypto. PwC says confidence in the value proposition of and long-term sustainability of crypto assets appears robust. Even though a percentage of traditional hedge funds investing in the crypto declined from 73 to 29% 23, confidence in the value proposition and long-term sustainability of crypto assets appears robust. That might seem like a great thing, but let's not forget that hedge funds do a lot of shorting. So they may not be so much in for, Bitcoin rallying to million, although I'm sure that would be great for them. They're in it to make money. So if it's time to short, they will short the shit out of Bitcoin, and you will see Bitcoin up and down, fluctuate like a madman. Elon Musk apparently launched his new XAI. What are the most fundamental answers? We're announcing formation of XAI to understand reality. So apparently Elon launched its new AI. It's his very own AI. AI coins pump as Elon Musk launches ChatGPT competitor, where next for AGX. Cryptocurrencies that boast a strong artificial intelligence AI-linked use case, such as Render, Singularity Network, and Fetch AI, have seen a pump on Wednesday amid positive AI news. Twitter, Tesla, and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced on Wednesday that he had launched a new generative AI startup called XAI. So that's what's happening. Allegedly be the direct competitor to OpenAI's ChatGPT, which became the fastest. Okay, we know what it became. So yeah, so that's the last bit of news. Elon Musk launches XAI, and this guy is on the forefront of everything. That's it for the update today. I hope this was informative. My apologies for the early no mic situation at the beginning. If you were watching live, then my apologies. I'm going to try to snip that out in the post-editing process, so that's gone. In any case, please make sure, remember to smash up the like and subscribe to the channel. 81% of people watching the videos on the Crypto Market Updates channel don't subscribe. I don't know why. It's free. Just click the button, support this channel, support cryptocurrencies, and everyone goes home happy. I forgot to turn my tunes back on. All right. Thank you all for tuning in again, and I will see you tomorrow around 6 o'clock around the same time. Make sure to be here. Be there or be square. Have a good one. Bye-bye.